On the radio, we just entertain ourselves. We just try to make each other laugh. And that's what we like to do on this television show, is just have fun. We have fun with each other, and hopefully you feel welcome enough to come in and have fun with us.
The Temptations were determined to make the guys feel welcome during a segment in which Mark and Brian performed with the legendary group.
We talk to them, and if you make a mistake, have a smile on your face and just try to catch the next move that you can remember, because that's about all you can do when the camera is rolling. If you make a mistake, make an act out of it. Just have fun with it, but don't be obvious and, oh, and then everybody says, oh, he messed up.
Despite such reassurance, the two disc jockeys admitted they were both terrified.
Because really two reasons, and only two reasons. We can't sing, and we can't dance.
The duo had just 4 days to get ready to perform with the Temps.
Make it a knee thing as opposed to a foot.
Okay.
Okay.
The Temptations make it look so easy. And so when you're watching them in your home, and you're a kid, it's like, I could do that. Yeah, I could be a Temptation. And you get into rehearsal, and you realize the reason why it looks so easy is because there's so many little fine, minute details that they can swiftly do that you don't even notice when you're actually watching it. But when you have to learn them, it's incredibly hard.
Not to worry, say the folks who have been doing this for more than 3 decades.
People know that they're, radio personalities. So if they get out there and flub a line or step, then, it's fun.
Yeah.
Because they know that's not their forte.
Their forte is well established. But Mark and Brian have chosen to tread alien ground in an unfamiliar medium. Now viewers must decide if that premise is consistently funny or merely stupid. Sandy Kenyon, CNN Entertainment News, Hollywood.
It's often true that some of the more interesting theatrical offerings begin not on Broadway but in regional theater. Sherry Claypool reports from Hollywood on East Texas Hot Links, a play that brings a seldom seen point of view to the stage.
Truth to me is outside these pine woods somewhere.
The play is East Texas Hot Links. It's about racial discrimination in the 50s, as seen through the eyes of rural black Texans. The playwright is Eugene Lee.
I can't recall ever seeing a play that was about these people. And they do have a voice. They have a song. And I'm just picking up that gauntlet and letting them sing.
Lee is a Texan. He says what you see on stage are stories from his life, composites of what he lived and what he was told by his family. Academy Award nominee Alfre Woodward is the producer of East Texas Hot Links. She said the play hit a nerve, and she made it her mission to get it on stage.
To write just in the voice of my mother's people, and they play a large role in my life, it was fantastic. It was like seeing yourself for the first time.
Loretta Devine plays Charlesetta, the only female role on East Texas Hot Links.
Getting a chance to do something like this is exceptional because they're really good roles with the beginning, a middle, and an end to develop a character are pretty rare, and which was one of the wonderful things about doing Charlesetta.
Actor Jim Pickens considers it an honor to perform the play. He calls Eugene Lee's play Pulitzer material.
He just truly has a gift, and I was just proud to be a part of this gestation and birth, so to speak.
East Texas Hot Links may be doing some traveling. Fingers are crossed by cast members that they'll be Broadway bound by Christmas. Sherry Claypool for CNN Entertainment News, Hollywood.
In music news, sax master David Sanborn is out of his groove right now, and happily so. Sanborn's new album, Another Hand, leaves behind the funk and flash in favor of something new. Dennis Michael has the story.
David Sanborn often says he hesitates to call himself a jazz musician, operating as he often does in funk and dance grooves. Recently, though, he found his grooves coming to an end.
I think that I had just kind of hit a brick wall where I wasn't feeling like I was coming up with anything new, and I needed to take a break from it for a minute to do something different.
Sanborn's current stage show and his new album, Another Hand, have no overdubs, no digital samples, no sequencers, no drum machines. An acoustic bass, a piano, and a pair of drummers make up the ensemble.
It was a live record, with real interaction, real human beings interacting, and we just kind of tried to get the best moment that we could, you know. And fortunately, most of the takes were first takes, so I think there was a real spontaneous kind of thing captured on the record.
Sanborn isn't ready to declare that he's closer to being a jazz musician on the strength of the new album and new sound, but he is getting to know his horn a lot better.
It allowed me to explore a different part of the instrument, you know, the kind of more woodwind, warmer side of the instrument. Because sometimes when you play electric music, you tend to play at a higher level of intensity, and you tend to accentuate the more brass aspect of the instrument, sometimes at the expense of the, you know, more subtle nuance factors.
David Sanborn's ready to declare the experiment a success. Getting out of his groove managed to get him out of a rut as well.
Just because of the way the guys play, I can't kind of fall back on my old stuff that I know works, you know, like, well, this'll work here. I'll play that phrase, and, you know, that'll work. So it's challenging for me. It's, you know, a little unsettling at times, but I'd rather be pushed a little bit.
Dennis Michael, CNN Entertainment News, Hollywood.
Moonwalker came out, and I saw that there was really no substance to the book. I said, we're only talking about record sales and accomplishments, which are wonderful, which are great, I think. But I said, this is like a fairy tale story. This is not the truth.
If you're trying to break into showbiz, it may seem difficult at times to keep your head above water. But one source of work will at least give you access to a life preserver. You can launch your show business career aboard a cruise ship. Gloria Hillard has more.
Now, as show auditions go,
this one was much more difficult than most of them.
Walk on, with hope in your heart.
It calls for the triple threat, the singer, dancer, actor.
We do a full-scale Broadway show, in rep with a full-scale Las Vegas show, in rep with a classical all-singing show. So we can use all kind of talent.
this cattle call is for a show that will see many ports of call aboard a cruise ship.
Gotta dance, get your sea legs and bring them along.
I've always wanted to dance on a ship. I don't know what it was, but it was just in me.
5, 6, 5, 6, 7.
Entertainment aboard a cruise ship is a seagoing tradition, and today...
There's not that many places that entertainers can perform anymore. The nightclub scene's kind of dead, so we get a lot of quality entertainers on cruise ships.
Cruise ship performers do face some special challenges. Dancing on land is one thing. At sea, it's quite another.
Because when they have to do their turns and things, you end up in a different place from where you started because the boat's going back and forth.
Another challenge is competing with the cruise ship cuisine.
If they're hungry before dinner, you don't have them. You gotta push even harder.
Of course, one of the big attractions of cruise ships for the starving actors, dancers, and singers.
Your housing's paid for, your food's paid for, you get to use the gym for free all the time, and you save a lot of money.
As you might have guessed, for those in show business who set sail, this is not the love boat, it's the dream boat.
I want to make it big. I mean, I think we all do.
But until then, they won't go hungry, and they'll see the world. Gloria Hillard, CNN, Los Angeles.
And that is it for this edition of Showbiz Today. Please join us tomorrow for a revealing interview with the now outcast of the Jackson family, LaToya. In New York, I'm Laurin Sidney.
And in Hollywood, I'm Bella Shaw. For everyone here at Showbiz Today, thanks for watching. And now a look at what's ahead on CNN from Catherine Cryer in Atlanta. Thanks, Bella. Laurin. Well, coming up on The World Today, Israel releases dozens of Arab prisoners, possibly the strongest sign yet that the Lebanon hostage crisis is nearing an end. Mikhail Gorbachev soothes one of the most lingering irritants in U.S.-Soviet relations, announcing a military pullout from Cuba. And boxer Mike Tyson gets one booking he admits worries him at an Indianapolis jail on a charge of rape. All this and more just ahead.
This is CNN.